Hey everyone, we're back for day 2 of our clay relief sculpture video. Here's my plate from last time. I just took it out of the bag. It's kind of soft, so that's good. That means we can add clay on top of this. If your clay feels a little bit dry, you can always take a sponge and add a little bit of moisture to bring it back a little bit. So I was gonna try to make sushi, and then I decided that I wanted to make fettuccine Alfredo instead. So first I have this clay gun, and it has different attachments that you can put on. Make sure your attachment's on first, and then you screw the top on. I put the clay inside. So now I'm gonna take this tool, alrighty, and we should get some noodles that come out. Okay, woo, we have some pasta. Check it out. I'm making some pasta noodles. Like I said, if you want to use these guns, make sure the attachment's on first. And then you put clay inside. Now remember, you needed at least 3 different foods on your plate. Ready? Get some more pasta. Sweet. But if you don't want to make pasta, I mean, there's a lot of different things you could try to make. You could try to make, pizza, you can make fries, you could make whatever type of food you want. Just think about how you're going to make it. So remember, if you do any coiling, you're going to roll out on the table. If you want to use a rolling pin to make anything flat, remember you have to put down your piece of fabric first and then roll things out. If you don't do this, your pieces will stick to the table. Okay, let's make some more pasta noodles. All right, so something like this, something like noodles, you're not going to be able to slip and score those on, but you can make the area wet. Pick up your noodles. We're going to stick them, just kind of try to stick these on. All right, there we go. We got a small portion of pasta. So I'm just pushing it down a little bit. All right, sweet. So I think now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make some meatballs to go along with my pasta. Okay, so I'm just gonna roll some little meatballs out. Okay. Things that are more solid like this, you are going to be slipping and scoring on. So I'm going to show you how to do that. Let's see. Also think about the size of things. So if I have my portion of pasta that's this big, these meatballs, I mean, they look pretty big as far as proportions. So I think I'm going to make these a little bit smaller. And then I'm going to show you how to slip and score these on. And then everything else is up to you. If you want to make, whatever types of foods you want, you can do that. Just make sure that you are attaching it on. Slip and score. So scoring was making those rough marks, and the slip is the mixture of clay and water that acts like a glue. Because if you just put these on like this and just place your foods on, they're not actually going to stay on. They're going to fall off. Okay, so you have a bunch of clay tools here. I'm gonna do, let's see. Where was that tool I used the other day? Let's see. I thought I could put some texture on these meatballs to make them look more like meatballs. So I think I'm gonna put like a texture all over these. So also think about the type of food that you want to make and what it looks like. Does it have a texture? Is it smooth? Like if you're going to make mashed potatoes, how would you make mashed potatoes? Would you make them look lumpy? Would you make them look smooth? Would you add any seasonings on top? If you have a cupcake, how would you build it? Would you add sprinkles on top? So now is the time to really think about little details and how you're going to make them. See? Alrighty. So I just made some marks on this to kind of make it look more like a meat texture. Now, if I want to put this on, I have to slip and score this on. So the first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to find a sharp tool, all right, that you can make marks. So I'd make rough marks on one side. Now figure out where you want to put it on here. Maybe I'll put a meatball kind of off to the side. So I scored this, and I'm also going to score on here exactly where I'm going to try to attach it. So I'm going to make those rough marks. All right, so I have my score marks on my plate, and I also have my score marks on my meatball. Okay, so I made those marks. Now I'm going to take my slip, which is the mixture of clay and water that acts like glue. And your slip should be kind of like a peanut butter consistency. Let me know if it's not. We're gonna paint the slip on the marks that we just made on the meatball and on the plate, like so. Now you should be able to put your meatball on, okay? So make sure your two rough marks face each other, and you're gonna stick it on like that. Push down a little bit. That should be enough to make your meatball stay on, or whatever it is that you're attaching. So most things you're going to be able to slip and score on, like this meatball. However, the pasta noodles, since they're really soft and fragile, do you remember how I kind of balled them up? I made the plate wet where I was going to attach it, and then I kind of pressed them on. That should be enough to do that. Okay. Cool. So that was slip and score. So yeah, you can get creative, really think about what you want to make, how you're going to make it. I'll be around to help you guys and give suggestions. Have fun.